dismissive when I said that the BJP was heading for defeat 2 nights ago. Zafar Islam, will humility finally lead you to say, yes, you were right and we were wrong?
It is so evident on your screen, the numbers suggest that, yes, you were right, and whatever perception and the feedback which I had at that point in time, something which did not come true. And this is something which I definitely would admit because the number suggests itself. But let me tell you something which is very important, Rajdeep, that given the euphoria, given how he has been able to mislead the people of Delhi, still if you see in terms of percentage of vote, we are not very far from up. In fact, the Congress party has been completely perished in this election.
So they've got 52% as of now vote share.
A large part of Congress party's vote has migrated to
52% is playing 40.
Has come off.
They're 12% ahead of you, 12.
Congress wipe out. No, he said Congress wipe out.
No, he said
yes,
he said the vote percentage.
Yes, but if you just see the last
difference in the vote share is 12%.
What percent? No, allow me to complete. Rajdeep, at least allow me to complete.
Yes,
All
I'm
said
sorry.
I
apologize.
You have to compare with something. Compare with the last election where AAP's share has come off, while the BJP share has gone up. It is significant. Under the circumstances where everybody was talking about AAP, he was able to mislead. The media was supportive to his approach of misleading the people. Yet, Bharatiya Janata Party has been able to muster that kind of support is something which you cannot ignore.
Sir,
it is not
except for Gujarat,
insignificant because we are at 40.
Your point is well taken that the BJP's vote has gone from 32 to 40%. I don't deny that. But please understand, except for Gujarat, I can't think of a state where a party gets more than 50% in 2 consecutive elections. So it is significant when a party gets 54 or 55, was it Ankit last time? 54.
54%.
54 is coming now to 52. That is still a very large number. Let's not also minimize that. The fact is, in a bipolar race, they have bested you. And this is a state where, if I may point out, just 7 months ago, you won all 7 Lok Sabha and led in 65 assembly segments. All I'm saying, Narendra Modi was no longer your face. You didn't have a local face. The AAP had a face in Kejriwal. Do you believe that that was a big difference? There must be some reason why they have bested you. Why did they defeat you? It can't be just jumlas, for God's sake.
Yes. No, I think you have a point, and I think we will definitely introspect whether giving a face would have made the difference, or it would have bridged the gap of 40 to 52, or there could be some other reason. I think this needs to be introspected, and I'm sure the leadership will introspect, and whatever course correction needs to be taken will be taken. But let me tell you one more thing, Rajdeep. Even today, if the general election does take place, AAP will lose every single seat in Delhi. So even if they have aspiration by winning a back-to-back election in Delhi, assembly election, doesn't mean they will have a footprint in the national scene.
Let's take that forward. Is he right? Is he right, Ajit Jha, that if there was a general election today, AAP would be swept out? That is exactly like we saw in Rajasthan. The Congress won Rajasthan December 2018, swept out in Rajasthan 4 months later. That is now the new law of Indian politics. State elections different to national elections.
Well, 8 months ago, the BJP did a historic sweep in the entire country when we did the MOT, and right after that, and again in January, we found that although that sweep has come down by, let's say, 60 seats, but the BJP is still the Badshah of Indian politics, yes. So at the national level, it's Mr. Narendra Modi's image, and the BJP as a party, being a dominant party, it is still retained that. In a way, one could argue it's a realignment in Indian politics for the BJP in that sense. Whereas in the states, it has lost 6 elections. I mean, Maharashtra, they did not lose, but at the same time could not form the government. So 6 in almost a matter of 1 year, 3 months.
Yes.
So, you know, Rajdeep, why do we forget that Delhi was the first to demonstrate this dual voting? 2014, we voted, Delhi voted huge majority to Narendra Modi. 8 months ago, it gave 67 seats in Vidhan Sabha to Arvind Kejriwal. Even today, when I was on the field, it's very clear the distinction has been made. The same voter votes for Modi, the same voter votes for Kejriwal. You have the same voter. And I wouldn't be surprised if today there was a national election, all 7 seats would go
You
to the
agree with
Bharatiya
that,
Janata
Javed?
Party.
That Aam Aadmi Party, for all this victory, needs to temper it with the reality that a Lok Sabha election very different?
Yes, there is very little evidence to disapprove that. Mr. Modi still remains the #1 leader as far as at the national level. We have very little challenges, and I don't want to sound as a party pooper, but I do not believe that that Mr. Kejriwal has the political bandwidth at the moment to challenge him at the national level.
Does anybody have a different view? Do they all believe that Mr. Kejriwal is simply Delhi ka Don, that he can't move beyond Delhi, Dr. Shastri?
No, I think even though this victory is emphatic and something that needs to be conceded, I think the victory is limited to Delhi, and I was quite surprised at that poster which came outside the APA office of a national role, because the moment you talk of a national role, I think whatever you have gained in Delhi could also be lost in the process.
I have not seen Rajdeep
yes.
a single regional satrap ruling one state win another state.
You know, there's a
Are we saying he's a regional satrap of Delhi?
He is definitely now.
Of
Rajdeep.
Delhi.
Third time somebody is winning an election, 50% margin twice. He is a regional satrap.
Dr. Dr.
There is
Dasgupta, is he as
regional
limited
satrap who has won another state. He has played an actual role. Chandrababu Naidu getting parties together, but eventually, Rajdeep, the other parties will not allow somebody from another state to come and start playing in their turf.
Dr. Dasgupta?
He obviously has a certain traction amongst the editorial classes, which far exceeds his
Editorial classes.
which far exceeds his popular support nationally. That's been demonstrated time and time again. I think Mr. Kejriwal is certainly a very important phenomena, but the promise which he initially held out of actually redefining Indian politics, which some spokesmen still continue to do it. I mean, I find it very... The only way he's really redefine Indian politics is people refer to him by first name. Apart from that, I don't see any significant point in it. Another point which is worth talking about is that most of the Congress votes in this election, Congress is down from 9 to 4.
Yes.
Hasn't actually gone to AAP. I think that's a point which I think is worth
We'll have to see what was the vote transfer
but I think
from.
that's
It's an important point.
It's an important point.
We'll have to
Because we've been
see.
assuming it's going to AAP.
That's right. And that is where maybe the pollsters may have got it slightly wrong when they were estimating perhaps that the entire Congress vote would go
as per
to
current
the AAP.
trends,
But having said that, as you can see, 58 plays 12. Remember what we said. As per the India Today poll, Axis poll, 2 to 11.
And 59 to 68.
59 to 68. So keep in mind, and remember 4 rounds still to play, Ankit. And your Yogendra Yadav and my old theory, winner takes all of the last 15
Rajdeep, the
tough
only
seats.
role I see for Mr.
Mr.
Kejriwal
Yogendra Yadav
is
certainly took lots of votes.
the only role I see, the only scenario I see where he can emerge is a Devegowda Gujral kind of situation, where the one with
Post-election,
the
you mean.
post-election, where the one with the least support and the one most.
I don't think so.
But
Okay,
maybe
as
we
of
are,
now,
let's come back to the present.
Let's come back to
the
what
present.
Delhi
Go ahead,
is
Ankit.
saying.
Ankit,
As
go
of
ahead.
now, it's 58